Let's talk home security for SHTF. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Home security is important. We got to be able to secure where our loves are, where our things are. We don't want people getting inside our houses, right? No, we don't. Okay, so what are some things to do? There's a lot of easy things that you can do to more effectively secure your home. All the way up to dramatic things. There's less expensive things and there's more expensive things. Obviously, you can go full retard on it and build like a fortress. Well, if somebody still wants to get, if somebody is motivated enough, skilled enough, and or have enough numbers and capable enough, they're still going to get in. So really nothing you can do is going to completely stop somebody from getting into your house. But most people trying to get into your house aren't highly motivated tactical teams, right? And or don't have the time, etc., skills, all the things available to them. So what are we talking about? Just everyday things that you can do to better secure your house. One thing is windows, okay? Most robberies and or people like that, criminals just trying to get into your home, actually don't even use windows. Statistically, they use doors. We'll go into that. But we still want to have our windows secure because statistics are only so much and you can make statistics say whatever you want them to. So, windows. If you have windows that open up and down, they open from the bottom up so that you have access to that part usually. What can you do? They usually have those little chintzy lock-like things on them or something, or the little clips on the sides or something. There's some chintzy little thing. But you can hook a suction cup to it, slam through the lock. There's a lot of different things you can do. There's also another thing I was thinking about. Last night I couldn't go to sleep. My brain was going and I was thinking about all this stuff. So another thing you could do is I was thinking about sliding glass doors, like patio doors. You know how they have that little hinge thing that goes up and down? Well, there's metal in that. So all it does is it just flips up and down. You take a high power magnet on the outside and you just go like that and it'll unclip that and somebody will just slide the door open and walk right in. So, but we'll get to sliding glass doors in a minute. Windows that go up and down. Same with windows that open side to side and or sliding glass doors. Simple fix. You can take a PVC pipe, thick PVC pipe, or a metal bar, a wooden dowel, a thing that goes in the closet to hang clothes on. There's a lot of different things you can use. Cut it to fit in between, say, sliding glass door. So this is the part that slides. So behind it, you want a brace, not allowing that to open. Same with the window. A brace above it, not allowing it to open, or if you have windows opening like this, a brace behind it, or in between, if you have dual ones that open like that, a brace between it to not allow those sides to open. Like I said, those type of things you can use, round, dowels, square, it doesn't matter. But what you can get is those round rubber slip-on things that go on like the bottom of chairs, or shower rods, just stick them in place. Get the rubberized boot, basically. Put those over both ends, and then what you do is we have one window that it opens like this. The middle is a solid window, and the two sides open up. Okay, so right above the lock latch mechanism, you can, if you measure the dowel right, the right size, or the PVC pipe, whatever it is, when you put those rubber things on, it'll be a little bit bigger for that space, right? So what I do is I put it in like this at an angle, stick it in like that, and I slide it down, and that rubber compresses, and it makes a really nice tight fit. That is effective. Okay, so you can do that. And what I recommend, especially for larger windows or larger like sliding glass doors, have two of them. I don't think you need three. I would say have one, about maybe knee, waist level, and then one about like shoulder level, something like that. So you split the door so it provides blockage from either direction if it starts to tilt. Anyway, that's a simple thing you can do. Inexpensive and simple. Good quality deadbolt good quality lock. Make sure your locks are in operation. Some people like the chains. Yeah, you can do that. Usually the weakest point in residential houses, though, is the door frame. That's easily kicked in, busted in, broken down. So if you really want to go good security, put in a metal frame that is lag bolted with really heavy duty lag bolts into the door frame, which usually around doors you usually have at least 2, probably 3 2x4s. So you got a lot of wood around there to lag through. Heavy duty bolts or screws, screw it in a lot of places. Secure that. Then have your door, if you can, metal door, that's even better. But you can have deadbolt, top, middle, bottom, or top, middle, bottom, sorry. What's another thing you can do? They make those braces that go underneath the door handle down to like a wedge that don't allow the door to open. There's little wedges you can put underneath the doors. There's lots of different things that people have come up with that you can use that is not that expensive that you can do. What is another thing? You can go medieval on them. You ever seen the movies, the medieval castles? They lower the gate, and then they have those brackets on the walls. They put a big board up there going across the door. Why not do that? I'm seriously gonna do that. All you need is like a little L bracket. Actually, it wouldn't be an L bracket. It would be like a S bracket. This part bolts to the wall. Make sure that you're using heavy-duty lag bolts into really good wood. And then that part that comes up like this, that is the saddle for the board going in. And I don't even know if I would use, I don't know if I'd recommend 2x4s. I would probably go 2x6s. And what I would do is, depending on the room on either side of the door and how your house is laid out, if you only have space, sometimes if you have a counter here and a counter up there and you only have space to put one across, put one across. And the good thing about this is, or if you have two, if you can put 2, put one like I talked about, maybe like thigh level, maybe shoulder level across the door. That way, I'll tell you what, it takes somebody a long time to get through that. So then, which gives you time to either get out or get ready to respond to the threat. Or, if you're a sheep, you can call 911 and wait for law enforcement to show up. Yeah. I mean, I would suggest doing that anyway. But, and one thing that's nice about this is that little bracket there on the wall isn't really that obtrusive. You can take the boards, have them set off to the side of the door, so they're not too conspicuous. So it's not like, you got these boards all over the place and you're looking like a fortress. When guests come over, friends come over, stuff like that. You got these little brackets in the wall, and you can paint them to match the wall. You can paint them a decorative color. You can paint on them. You can do little drawings, whatever you want. Okay, you could make them look like they're supposed to be a decorative item. And if somebody asks, oh yeah, that was, I don't know why, they were there, and we just painted them because it's decorative. You don't have to let people know what it actually is. But anyway, okay, what are some other things? Make sure your fire alarms, your smoke detectors, your carbon dioxide detectors, all those stuff are in order. Make sure that your ingress and egress points are clear and free. Don't have things in front of them. Don't have things in front of your doors so that you can get out quickly. Unless, if you have time and if somebody's trying to get in your house in the middle of the night, you can slide stuff in front of the door to also hinder them, slow them down. Then yeah. If you got like a big armoire or a dresser or whatever, a china cabinet or something like that, and you want to block them coming in, just tilt that thing over. Dump it on the floor in front of the door. If they're going to get through anyway, that's going to slow them down because they're going to have to stop, figure out how to walk over all that stuff. Slide the couch in front of it, whatever. You don't want to slow them down because you either, like I said, want to get out of there or you want to have more time to prepare a proper defense. And or more time to also allow local law enforcement to show up. Think about these things. Okay, what else is there? Obviously, there's motion detectors, there's lights, there's alarm systems. There's a lot of different things that you can do for that, for electronic security. And I recommend that. There's driveway sensors that work off of ham radio signals, not Wi-Fi. I highly recommend that approach over Wi-Fi, because what is Wi-Fi tied to? Wi-Fi is tied to your house power. How easy is it to dump somebody's power? Very easy. Go out there to the breaker, flip their main breaker off. No Wi-Fi, no alarm system. Just think about that. A lot of alarm systems also, the ones like ADT, that they have response to the police and stuff like that, go through your telephone line. All I got to do is clip your telephone line. Then so what if your alarm's going off? If you're living rural and nobody hearing it anyway, yeah, think about that. It's a big topic. There's a lot of things I could talk about. I don't want to make this too long, but I want to hit some good points for you guys. So, another good point, actually I'm not even going to get into perimeter and outside security. I'm mainly talking about home today. Some people I've seen, especially in like really bad neighborhoods, they put bars over their windows. But what does that do? That also keeps you in. So if you have a bad fire in your house and you can't get to a door, you're not getting out the window either. Maybe they make them where you can unlatch them. That would be an option. But these are simple things that you can do to secure your home. Also, inside your home, put up sandbags. Build fixed fighting positions inside your house. Kidding. Line your house with 1-inch thick AR-500 steel and yeah, make it a bunker. Yeah. No, seriously. You can, like, a lot of houses around here in the Pacific Northwest are built with crawl spaces. You could literally have a hatch door to your crawl space or your basement or a secure room. If you have the ability to modify your house so you can have a secure room that nobody knows about and a hidden access to it, that's another thing you can do to keep your family and you safe. Keep some defensive tools in there, some ammunition, plate carrier, maybe your safe, your important papers, your backup cash, whatever, stuff like that. So that's another thing you can do. Although cost, availability, that's a little more on the extreme side. People may not want to go that route. I think the other things I talked about are more realistic, and I like taking a realistic, common sense approach to things like this. So if you haven't done these things that I'm talking about, do them. We've seen chaos, we've seen rioting, we've seen looting, we've seen a lot of things. We know that the police are understaffed, undermanned, if it's due to the officers not wanting to drink that flavor of soda and getting fired because of that or having to quit, or if it's due to downsizing of police departments, defunding police, whatever it may be. Or just the fact that it's harder to get officers to be willing to do that job for that pay nowadays because it's not worth it anymore. They can't even do their jobs. They're handcuffed. They do what they're supposed to do, and then they're the bad guy. I get it. There's bad cops out there. There's bad people in everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's bad people and there's good. All cops aren't bad. All people aren't bad. Enough said. Anyway, please think about these things. Take a look at your house. Take a look at security. We talk a lot about security on Patreon. Check the link in the description below. $1 a month. Hundreds of videos there. We talk about stuff all the time like this on there. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear. Blessings to you and yours.